Well, greetings, my YouTube family. It is another weigh-in day video that I have for you today. And before I get into that part of it, I just want to briefly go over the last 2 days regarding my eating. So Wednesday was my first official day of looking at my macros, which in this case is just my carbs and my protein. I'm not looking at fat because SlimmerRoe is a lower fat plan. So no need to consider that. The day went great. First and foremost, I want to let you know I ended on 2.5 cents. So had I counted my shake, sin-wise, it would have been 6 cents for the shake. So that would have been ending on 8.5 cents, which is well within my sins. So that's a good thing. I did not have a second Healthy Extra B. If you're not aware, I put myself in maintenance mode because for mental health and less stress. And I discovered through Stephanie 1975 _SW for Slimming World. She shared that she gets 2 of those in maintenance. So I said, well, I'm going to have 2 Healthy Extra Bs in my pocket if I want to use them. And if I don't want to use them, I don't have to use them. Neither do I have to do my A's. Quite frankly, there are some people that only use 1 A. So, all that being said, I did not have a bar, but in my head, my crazy head, if I wanted to have a bar, it would be factored into my meal plan for the day without me having to give it a second thought. And that is the purpose of part of the purpose of my now remaining in maintenance, is so I don't have to think about all these things. I don't need any more noise pollution in my head. That's what I felt like I had up until 3 days ago now. And I need to stop the madness. And this is the plan that I have for myself so I can do that. If that makes any sense to you, I don't know. The last 2 videos that I've done, I kind of talked about all of this in case you didn't catch them. If you have questions, please put them in comments. I don't want anybody to be confused about what I'm doing. I am on SlimmerRoe, period. Okay. So, I did have my 2 Healthy Extra A's because I tracked my shake as one of them. And I put down 1 point for my almond milk, 1 cent for my almond milk for that day. Okay, on to yesterday's eating, which I don't have a video for. It went really, really well. I ended on 2 Healthy Extra A's, including my shake for one of them. 1 Healthy Extra B, which I had a melt, a Nutrisystem melt, and I track the bread part of the melt as my Healthy Extra B when I have one of those. And that the bread part of the melt does actually fit in with the SlimmerRoe plan. It's full of fiber, and calorie-wise, it's right in there with if I were going to have Warburton bread or a pita bread, or a Weight Watchers low-carb wrap, let's say. So all good with that. And I ended on 6 cents. Now, if I were to add the shake in with the cents, I would still be within my cents. 12, it would come to 12. So again, I want to stress that I'm not doing this to have extra cents. I just need to have this mental health thing going on. I need less noise pollution in there. I apologize if I'm making things confusing for you. If I am, please let me know. I'm happy to talk with you individually to explain it or to answer your question in the comments. This is going to work for me. I have confidence in this. And the other thing I wanted to mention is when we are on plans don't work. Ultimately, they don't work. They may work for a certain percentage of people, but ultimately, there would not be a multi-billion-dollar weight loss business if they worked, right? Okay. That being said, if you are on a plan, let's say, when you go to sign up for this plan, you have to answer certain questions. Some of them are health related. Some of them are whether you're breastfeeding, your age, your weight, your current weight, right? Height and all that. But that's fine and wonderful. But there are many things that are not factored in when you start a plan. Do you have autoimmune disease? Do you have hypothyroidism, which I do? Yeah, your age is factored in. However, that doesn't always, you can have somebody 20 years younger than me, 16 or 15 years younger than me, that has the same amount of points or cents, because I am at the bottom end with the cents because I don't have that much weight to lose. Same thing on Weight Watchers. The lowest you can go is 26 points. So you can see where it reaches a level and then it stops, but so therefore it does not factor in the difference in age at that point between me and someone who's 20 or 15 years younger than me, or even 10. A decade is a lot. At 60, once you hit 60, 5 years is a lot to me. I remember 55 and how it felt at 60. So these are things that we should keep in the back of our mind of reasons why. As we go on and we're doing a plan, maybe years have passed and maybe that plan suddenly doesn't feel like it's working anymore. So what do? My suggestion is you sit down and you figure out a plan that's going to work for you. Based on, if you like that plan, keep everything that works for you on that plan and maybe take another look at your macros. Because these plans don't consider those things. They tell you these are your food lists and whatnot, right? Weight Watchers has it, SlimmerRoe has it. These are your points, your cents, but it does not factor in if you have something going on, many things going on. I just mentioned 2 of them. People can have other illnesses, chronic illnesses, arthritis. Arthritis gets worse with age. So it causes inflammation in the body. It causes, in some cases, people to become depressed. Many things that we have in chronic illness can cause clinical depression for people. Do people know that they should go and get mental health help? That's why I share what I share with you here, my personal stuff, because I want to show you that you're not the only one that has these issues. If you feel that way, because it can be a really lonely place to be depressed. It can be very lonely to be overweight and have chronic illness. Very lonely. People around you understand, but if they're not living it, they're not understanding it because they can't possibly. People look at me and they're like, well, you're in perfect health. Well, guess what? I am generally in perfect health. However, I have chronic illnesses going on in my body. And sometimes it really impacts my mental health. And that's not something that people can physically see. You know, if somebody's a diabetic, you look at blood work, you look at AC1, you can see. When it comes to mental health issues, you can't see it. So it's kind of hard to grasp. And if you don't live it, you can be empathic, you can be sympathetic, but you still can't understand fully. Anyway, so I wanted to point these things out to you because if someone is having clinical depression or episodic depression, things are not going well in this period of time in their life, it will impact their general health. They're not seeing it necessarily, but it could be also a cause for weight gain because of the stress and the cortisol rising. When cortisol rises in our bodies, it is not good. It needs to be kept at the level that it should be. And stress will cause it to go up. And leptin will go down, and we need leptin in order to help us lose weight. I'm not going to get into what cortisol and leptin are. I'm not a scientist, nor am I a medical person, but I know from reading and listening to people who are experts that these things affect us. So if we're under a lot of stress because we have a chronic illness, let's say, that's another piece to the puzzle. So that it's not the fault of the plan. The plans are fine, but these are things that can impact our weight loss, and we are not realizing it, and we don't pay attention to it. We just continue to go back to the plan. So I don't know if any of that resonates with you, if it makes any sense. My apologies if I'm not making sense, because when I do come on here, I generally don't have notes. I mean, this is my tracking that I've done. It's backwards. If you'd like me to, I could probably do a better job. I like to write in pencil because I can erase, but I could possibly create a sheet the way sheet that I used to use when I was on Nutrisystem and tracking the other plans and the calories for everyone. I could make up a sheet. It's fairly simple for me to do. If anybody's interested in seeing that. If not, that's fine. This is my own purposes anyway, but I do want to let you know that I am tracking. I'm tracking better now than before I did this, honestly, because I'm looking at these variables and I want to make sure I'm doing SlimmerRoe correctly, the way it works for me. So let's get down to it. The scale. Now, I don't know, Stephanie, you're going to have to tell me, when you lose weight and you're within your 3 pounds, do you call it a lose-tain? I'm just curious because I didn't hear you mention that. Anyway, I have had, if Stephanie says that's what we should say, I will call it a lose-tain of 0.4. I was quite surprised because last week I was 145.4 and this morning I was 145. Considering that the 2 days before I started this, which was Monday and Tuesday, and the days before that, I didn't do well at all. I could say to you honestly, I started my day on plan every day and ended up doing the 90 thing. And some of you know that already if you've watched the videos that I made in that period of time. So I'm quite happy to report that. It just, for whatever it means, we'll see next week. We'll have to see over the next month or so how things are going for me. But right now, I didn't have an epiphany or a turning over of a new leaf. Honestly, this feels very different. To me, it is probably an epiphany of sorts, but I didn't wake up and be excited about my plan. Like, I'm not even looking at this as a weight loss plan at this point. That's probably why. I'm looking at this as a lifestyle, because this is what this means to me, a lifestyle change. I'm finally feeling like I've reached the point of where I'm comfortable and I can just continue to go forward the way I used to be before I gained weight because of the virus and what happened at that period of time. I didn't even feel this way when I finally ended up losing the weight when I finished my Nutrisystem and I was at real goal, my 130 pound goal, not my 133.8 goal. So this is a really good feeling. I wish everybody could feel this way. I'm just going to say, fingers crossed, that I continue. So we'll have to see. Anyway, on that note, I hope that you're all doing well. I wish you many blessings for you and your family. Please do at least one thing a day to take care of yourself, even though you should be doing many. We cannot take care of others if we don't help ourselves first. You know, that's just how it is. So at some point in time, before something bad happens, if you're not able to get yourself together enough to have a healthy weight loss plan in place, seek out the help of your physician, of whoever it is that you talk to about your health, and see if they can maybe steer you in a direction. Let them know what's going on. They're the professionals and they should be able to help with that. Seek your family members out. You know, they also can help and be of support. And on a final note, if you would like to join our support group, it is called Slim Win. There are several YouTubers in the group. The group welcomes all eating plans. There's something for everyone in terms of the YouTube channels that we have in there. And we do meet on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. in the UK on Facebook Messenger, and we are really enjoying our meetings. They're very helpful. That's the feedback I've gotten, and also my feedback. So if you need some support and you really would like to join in, please join the group. And all the information is in my description box for you, so you don't have to worry about searching around. Okay, so bye for now. I have to send you those hugs, you know that. And I will see you in the next video. And I wish you all that you have a very good week, or I should say weekend. It is Friday if you're watching this on Friday when I put it up, and a week ahead to follow that on plan, whatever it is you're doing. Bye for now.